And now, it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage from the Nashville Gordon JCC, three-time Grammy winner, two-time Bluegrass Hall of Famer, ladies and gentlemen, Sam Bush.
We're here, we promise. I hear you.
Okay, are we all here? All right, let's ride the Bluegrass Train. Southbound train, listen to that banjo driving rhythm through my brain. Just let home smoking, can't say the reason why. I've been going down to Louisville to see my pony ride, see my pony ride. Now we're riding that bluegrass train, riding that bluegrass train. I'll be there tomorrow night, riding that bluegrass train, riding that bluegrass train. Good evening, music lovers. You sound wonderful. I'm assuming you're a very good-looking bunch. It's kind of dark, but well, it's wonderful to be here at the Gordon Center, and I actually feel right at home because in Nashville, where we live, my wife and I are members of the Gordon JCC. This is true. All right, here's an old song that our band that was in for 18 years, Bluegrass Revival, did. This is called Unconditional Love. All right. People think I'm crazy to keep on loving you after all the changes you put me through, but they don't understand the nature of my love. You can turn your back on me, but I will never give you up. It's an unconditional love I have for you, and it just gets stronger no matter what you do. An undeniable feeling, forever true. Oh, unconditional love. way to love. It comes to you when you give enough. This is the only way to love. It comes to you when you give enough. This is the only way to love. It comes to you when you give enough. This is the only way to love. It comes to you when you give enough. And unconditional love I have for you, and it just gets stronger no matter what you do. An undeniable feeling, forever true. Oh, yeah, it's an unconditional love I have for you, and it just gets stronger no matter what you do. An undeniable feeling, forever true. Oh, unconditional love. get warmed up. This one ought to do it for sure. As you'll notice throughout the set, I try to write a set list where Todd, our bass player, has to basically switch instruments on every song. Keeps a good flow that way for you, doesn't it? Okay, here's a tune. We just worked this up a few months ago, and we're going back in the studio next week. We're going to do some recording. So I know, has it been 5 years already? Yes, it has. Anyway, this is a tune that my friend Edgar Meyer and I made this one up. And if you know Edgar or his music, as some call it, just kidding, Edgar. Edgar's got more brains than I do, so you can tell that, well, you can probably tell who wrote which section of this tune. That's all I got to say about it. But it's fun to play, and here's one Edgar and I made up. This is called Little King. should have done it. I'm going to take, while we reset for this next one, a couple of moments to tell you who these fine-looking fellas are, along with the other one. Start with the man with the bass. Equally talented on the now the 5-string electric bass guitar or the upright bass violin. They're not the same beast, friends, nay. But he has tamed them with such equal ease and does such a wonderful job. A fine harmony singer. Comes to you all the way from Cleveland, Tennessee. It's true, and even though he did not grow up in the world of bluegrass style music or any of that, we know for a fact that he has played the song Rocky Top at least 2,000 times more than the Osborne brothers ever in their life did when he was a member of the University of Tennessee marching band. Every touchdown, every fumble, no. But from Cleveland, Tennessee, ladies and gentlemen, that's Todd Parks. Our drummer is originally from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hold your applause for Albuquerque, please. We should get on with it. And he and I have been playing together now. We're in our 27th year of playing together. And, boy, it's every night we play with this fella, it's a gift. He is so talented, and when he just comes to pure musicianship, you're not going to meet a better musician than Chris Brown, the drummer. Our banjoist, which sounds much classier than banjo picker, our banjo man, however you say it, whatever part of the country you're from, he's from Bainbridge Island, Washington, originally, and he's a recording artist, makes his own records, and his most recent one just came out a few months ago. It's called Drift. You might want to check that out. It's not just incredible playing, as you might imagine, but wonderful compositions, and so he's a fine composer, sings any part too, and he's just well, he's a heck of a nice guy, and other than that, not a lot going for him, but make welcome on the 5-string banjo, Wes Corbett. And our guitar player is originally, well, he's back in his home time zone he grew up in. He's from Asheville, Massachusetts. And there's usually one clap for Ash. You know, it was very heartfelt, I thought. Very sweet. He's an award winner in the International Bluegrass Music Association a few times, and most recently for Recording Engineer of the Year, by the way. So he's a record producer, recording engineer. He too, sings any vocal part you need. He'll sing lead for you a little later. Obviously, his guitar playing speaks for itself. And if any of you own a Sirius XM satellite subscription, there's the Bluegrass Junction channel. And there's a new show called Mojo's Mixtape that's on. So meet Mojo, that's Stephen Mougin. Okay, I'm going to quote one of the great bluegrass entertainers in our lifetime. Of course, I speak of Tina Turner. When she said, some people say we never do nothing nice and easy. But we're going to do one for you nice and easy. This is Jeff Black's song. This is called The Gold Heart Locket. long I've been riding, should have been there by now. But these old county roads got a lot of deep holes and the rain keeps pouring down. The bridge is washed out in the rising waters of the river rush by. And I'm up to my fenders in mud and to my windows above. I'm really stuck this time. Got a gold hard locket on a silver chain, placed tight in my fist in the pouring rain. And the only road back home again is all but washed away. I'm gonna cross that river tonight, no matter what it takes, although I might die trying. My true love will remain in a gold heart locket on a silver chain. And she's lovely, lovely, eyes of hazel green. But I close it up fast, cause the rain is passing, leaves a tear down on her cheek. I promised her once that I'd never, ever break her heart again. So Lord, take me there with a silent prayer and her locket in my hand. I was fearing for my life. She was calling out my name from over on the other side. I reached out to hold her, but the break was just too strong. Now the silence just gets colder as the river rages on. Long I've been riding, should have been there by now. But these old county roads got a lot of deep holes and the rain keeps pouring down. The bridge is washed out in the rising waters of the river rush by. And I'm up to my fenders and mud, to the windows above, really stuck this time. Got a gold hard locket on a silver chain, placed tight in the fist in the pouring rain. And the only road back home again is all but washed away. I'm gonna cross that river tonight, no matter what it takes, although I might die trying. My true love will remain in a gold heart locket on the silver chain. Bluegrass song that Bill Monroe originally recorded this in the world of bluegrass, and in 1963 when he had a young little fella named Del McCurry on guitar. Roll on, buddy, roll on.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to that East Bay Road.
ain't gonna change your name. Got a lovely woman just the same. Roll on, buddy, roll on. Roll on, buddy, roll on. You would know since now and you do what I know. So roll on, buddy, roll on.
My home is down in Tennessee.
Yeah, my home is down in Tennessee.
In Tennessee, that's where I long to be. Way down in sunny Tennessee. Roll on, buddy, roll on. Roll on, buddy, roll on. You and roses know and you do what I know. So roll on, buddy, roll on. Roll on, buddy, roll on. Roll on, buddy, roll on. You and roses know and you do what I know. So roll on, buddy, roll on. Friends, we need a banjo tune and we need it right now. We're feeling it. We're feeling the love. Yes, Wes.
Tonight, yeah.
So we'll ask Wes to step up with his beautiful tenor voice and tell you what he's fixing to pick. What do you got, Wes?
Hi, everybody. That's my voice. We're going to do a tune off of my first solo record. The record's called Cascade. And we named this tune in the studio. It was a bunch of nerds making a bunch of nerdy music. And it reminded all of us at the end of a video game when you have that final slug out with your foe. I think some of you know what I'm talking about. Well, it's been really great talking to you. This is called Possible. Thank you.
hear you've been gone for such a long time. You know you have driven me out of my mind. You left me alone and went on your way. Now my broken heart is twice I must pay. The sound of the wind, the beat of the rain brings back to my heart this feeling of pain. I try to forget, but it never will be. 'Cause my broken heart just won't set me free. When I close my eyes or look into space, I see nothing but your smiling face. Wherever I go, whatever I say, my poor aching heart will have its way. No time must go till my heart is filled, till that very day I'll follow you with the pain will not die, for it must live on, and I can't forget you left me alone.
Thank you very much. That's an old country gentleman song called You Left Me Alone. And I want to dedicate that tonight to the man that wrote that song. He's here and he played bass, the original bass player in the country gentleman. He played on that album. That's for Tom Gray tonight. Tom's here. Thanks for being here, Tom. before the big liners started sailing there too. Well, I bury most of my treasure, so I would leave everything home. And the only real sense of pleasure that I'd get is I'd sail free in my soul. Same old river, same old sea, same old water trudging over me. Same old moon, same old sun, same old race that we've always run. Same old race that we've always run. I could be a slave, y'all. It doesn't really matter what kind. I'd sing a song for fallen angels, try and be free in my mind. Then when no one was looking, well, I'd drop my harvest plow. I'd find my old contemporaries, and I'd wipe their shame from their brow. Same old river, same old sea, same old water trudging over me. Same old moon, same old sun, same old race that we've always run. Same old race that we've always run. from the laws of times. No vigilante against the seasons, but I can't help but be proud. I'd always keep my revolver steady and fast at my side, and I'd drive a train down for glory, 'cause I thought I needed a ride. Same old river, same old sea, same old waters rushing toward me. Same old moon, same old sun, same old race that we've always run. Same old race that we've always run. So many things I ain't ever done. I wanna do 'em all. Chris Brown and his drums are in there. Wes with the five, Mojo with the five. We had a request, but we're going to keep playing. So, glad to fill this request. And this is done originally by the fellow that wrote it. Willis Allen Ramsey is his name. Any of y'all ever heard of Willis?
What you talking about?
And Willis, he made his first album on Leon Russell's label, the Shelter Record Company, back in, I think, 1971. And he's still working on a second one. But that's okay, because every song on his first album, if you ever see it in like a used record store or anything, it's just an eponymous title, Willis Allen Ramsey. So check it out. Every song is wonderful. And so this is one of them, featuring Todd on the bass here. Spider John is my name, friends. I'm in between fates and I sure would be obliged if I could share your company. I'm on my way to nowhere. I've been running from my past, running from the things that used to be. Well, I know my words will sound strange to you, but if you wait till my song is sung, my story told, you might come to understand why I'm old and thin and double spent, running out of time. But not long ago I held a roll flush in my hand. I was a supermarket fool, I was a motor bank stool pigeon, robbing my own time. I thought I lost my blues, yes, I thought I'd paid my dues. I thought I'd found a life to suit my style. And old Spider John, the robber man, long, tall, and handsome. Yes, old Spider John with a loaded hand, taking ransom. Then one day I met Diamond Lil. She was the sweetest thing. I declare that the summer breeze that ever blow my way. Lily, she had no idea of my illustrious occupation. She thought I was a saint, not a sinner, gone astray. Well, Spider, he loved his Lily so much, he could not confess his sins, for he knew if he did, she would surely take her leave. But you know that the word got around and Lily left town and he never saw her again. Tossing and turning, causing his heart to grieve. I was a supermarket fool, I was a motor bank stool pigeon, robbing my own time. I thought I lost my blues, yes, I thought I paid my dues. I thought I'd found a life to suit my style. And old Spider John, the robber man, long, tall, and handsome. Yes, old Spider John with a loaded hand, taking ransom. That is all my story. It's been these 30 years since I took to the road to find my precious jewel one. If you see my lily, won't you give her my regards? Tell her old spider got tangled in the black web that he spun. Tell her old spider got tangled in the black web that he spun. We were riding down through the grapevine when I heard someone say your name. Hand on my shoulder, just a little bit older now. I remember everything. I ain't tell you right up on Bridal Veil, 10,000 feet above the sound. The news came around and said me to count all my blessings and to thank for all the good friends that I've found. Hey, 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 how in the world did we get this far? Hey, holding tight to the tail of a shooting star. Hey, 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 you're running circles around me now. Now was I dreaming this really happened? I can feel the earth below my feet. The world is turning fast and wild. I'm like a little newborn baby child who's never known regret or defeat. I am surrounded, tangled in the wire, caught up tight to the calling and the rising frequency of the silent smiles and laughter of those that came before, and the deafening sound of all this love falling down on me. Hey, 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 how in the hell did we get this far? Hey, holding tight to the tail of a shooting star. Hey, hey, you're running circles around me now. Hey, 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 of a shooting star. Hey, circles around me now. around me now, circles around me now. You're running circles around me. Around me now.
Thank you. Thanks very much. This time I went bragging on him earlier. How about rendering us with a little number there, Mojo?
Happy to render.
Oh, happy to render. What are you going to render tonight?
How about a little Buck Owings? Yeah! It's a tune that I recorded on my Ordinary Soul album a number of years back. And I was fascinated by the really long phrases in this thing. And I thought it would make a cool bluegrass rumba, a la Jim and Jesse. I brought it to the guys. They had their way with it. And this came out. It's called Only You and You Alone. Only you and you alone take this lonely from my heart. Put a happy feeling there and make it grow. Only you and you alone. Kiss my lips and hold me close. Whisper in my ear, you'll always love me so. Only you and you alone lets me live and breathe and smile and walk the highways to the stars to your eyes. If you let me, I will love you more than life itself and keep you. If you'll only stay forever, you'll be mine.
Only you and you alone. Only you and you alone.
Only you can make the stars come out with sunshine, golden yellow, and blue birds singing songs of love to die. Only you can take my heart, be filled with love and tenderness, filled with love and laughter every night. Only you and you alone let me tell the world that you're my girl and keep all other lovers from your life. Only you and you alone make me feel I'm worth living. If you'll only stay forever, you'll be mine. Only you and you alone. Only you and you alone. Only you and you alone. Only you and you alone.
How you doing? Can you hang just a little bit more? Yeah. You're holding good. It's not a school night. I'll get there. Come on. This is part of a homespun teaching tape I do. This is, you're getting it for free, by the way. All right, thanks for sitting through that tuning. Sometimes when you lay a fiddle down for an hour, it just doesn't come back the same way, so appreciate your patience. This is a John Hartford song. I'm gonna do he made a record in 1971 that, to me, without a record that he made called Aeroplane, there wouldn't be what we call newgrass music without that record. It's incredibly influential, and featured the talents of his band, Tut Taylor, Norman Blake, and Vassar Clemens. And, so this was, think a lot about this song and a lot about John. And this one's called Back in the Goodle Days. Someday about 25 years from now, we've all grown old from wondering how we'll all sit down at the city dump and talk about the good old days. Oh, you pass the joint and I'll pass the wine. Anything good from down the line. A lot of good things went down one time back in the good old days. Yeah, the good old days are past. A lot of good people have done gone on. That's my life, but when I sing this song, I'm back in the good days. Sometimes I get to thinking that we're almost gone, and there ain't nothing left we can figure out. I guess it must have seemed a lot more like that back in the good days. When you gotta go, you gotta go. There's always somebody, don't you know? Hanging round, I say, well, I told you so. Back in the good old days. Yeah, the good old days are past and gone. A lot of good people have done gone on. That's my life, but when I sing this song, I'm back in the good old days. Oh, we'll all join hands and we'll gather round when that old guitar starts to make the best sound. A lot of good things went down downtown back in the good old days. We was in love with the people that we hadn't even met, out for anything we could get. Yeah, we did it then and we'll do it yet. Back in the good old days. Yeah, the good old days are past and gone. A lot of good people have done gone on. That's my life, but when I sing this song, I'm back in the good old days. Yeah, the good old days are past and gone. A lot of good people have done gone on. That's my life, but when I sing this song, I'm back in the good old days.
We have a couple of friends that we travel with, and we sure appreciate their talent and all the work they do to where all we got to get up here and play. And it's so great when you work with such talented people. So we want you to know who they are. Our stage manager that runs the monitor sound for us and does a beautiful job. That's Kylie Sager. Thank you, Kylie. Thank our tour manager and front of house engineer for y'all's listening enjoyment. She's our engineer extraordinaire. Couldn't do it without her. Thanks so much to Kate Haldrup. As you can see here for this last little jam, we've switched instruments around here a little bit, give you another sonic option. In that Steven's now switching over to the electric guitar, the Telecaster. Wes is switching over to an instrument maybe you haven't seen before in a while. It uses the Telecaster body. It employs the 5-string banjo neck. Complete with the 5th peg, that's right. And gives us some more great sonic options. I can tell some of you have recognized him already. From just this past Christmas season as a hand model on QVC. Modeling the latest banjo finger picks that were for sale. This, of course, Eric Clapton's Guitar After Taxes. 1956 Fender mandolin. And yes, I'm older than the mandolin. I knew what you were thinking. And, but at any rate, here's a little number now that started out life in a more acoustic way, but we've changed it around a whole lot since first recorded. And any dog lovers in the audience? Yeah, well, this was, when writing a tune, you have to take inspiration wherever you can get it, friends. And this was inspired by, Lynn and I had an old dog named Ozzy. And yes, he was a fine shortstop. He could really catch a ball. But he one day I was listening to him, we were on the back porch, and he's drinking his water, and it got really good to him. We've been out and running, and he was playing in a very strange cadence, and it was going not like that. Excuse me. It wasn't going like that, but it was, it gets really good to him, and so it was kind of going in this rhythm. And I realized he was lapping his water in 7/4 time. Some people got to go to school for that, but not the Wonder Dog. And, so anyhow, made up a little riff to go along with that rhythm, and we just kept adding parts to it, and Byron House and Scott Vestal and I made us make this one up. So we want to play our version nowadays of this one. This is called Laps in 7. And thank you all very much here at the Gordon Center. This has been a wonderful evening. Y'all are terrific. And we very much also want to thank the people here at the Gordon Center. They've treated us so well today. Thank all of you all for being such gracious hosts. And it's a beautiful place to get to play. We're very fortunate. So here we go with Laps in 7.
Todd Parks on the vocals and the bass. Chris Brown and his drums and renown. Wes Corbett on the 5-string banjo and the electric banjo and the singing. Mojo on the vocals and guitar, Stephen Mougin.
The man, the legend, the two-time Hall of Famer. Help us out now. What's his name?
Thank you. Our pleasure. Thanks so much. Thanks for the word to sing.
We'll come back on. He's got this. Play the resonator.
Thank you very much. You're so kind. Woo, doggies. Okay.
What's that big metal mandolin?
Did I just hear somebody say free bird? Well, what a good way to spend Saturday night. This is just peachy for us. All right, we're going to call on the Bluegrass Quartet now. We're going to step up to the mic and do a little tune. I don't believe you've heard this one before. A friend of mine from Louisville, Kentucky. His name is Tim Krekel. And we want to do this for you. Bring around the quartet. Here we go.
Walking in a state of grace. got my hand, I'm singing in the band, and I'm walking in a state of grace. Well, I'm walking in a state of grace. Oh, I'm walking in a state of grace. The Father's got my hand, I'm singing in the band. Yes, I'm a walking in a state of grace. Do I find peace of mind? Yes, I do, 'cause I was born to be with you. Wondrously, love can be. So I knew that I was born to be with you. By your side, satisfied through and through, 'cause I was born to be with you.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
You're so kind. We appreciate it.